This is going to be the first part of this series. Hope you guys are excited. Some 50, 100x altcoins to grab in the bear markets. This is going to be a lot of fun, but you need to understand that you need to do work too, right? You need to be able to understand what makes these coins valuable and what does not. We're going to be going over that in every single one of these episodes. So make sure to hit that like button, that subscribe button. Stay tuned to really understand how to find these great coins in a bear market, right? We will see lower prices. Going to go over some coins. They do not FOMO into them. We will see lower prices with the majority of these altcoins, okay? So it's really important that you guys understand this. We're going to be doing a lot more of these episodes, so stay tuned. But let's get into it. You need to be looking at TA when you guys are going to be investing. I'm going to give you a very, very good indicator on when is the time to dollar cost average in. It is not now. You need to understand with this graph that you see, the 64 area right here, this is when we're in the bull market. This green zone that you see right here, this is the overbought zone. From 64 to 80 and above is overbought. So once we drop below this, we enter a bear market, right? We see it happen in 2017. We see it happen in 2019. We see it happen exactly now. We've seen this happen in the past. We know that this is the overbought zone. And once we drop through it, it tends to be a bear market. We did have some times where we dropped through it and we pushed back up, but never as low as we are right now. We're even lower than the 2014 double bottom. So if that tells you any indication on if we're going to have a repeat of what we saw then, it most likely will not happen. We just need to follow the TA and be as educated as we can when we're buying these altcoins. But once we get into this red area right here, this is the accumulation zone. This is when you guys accumulate your altcoins. This does not take a while, or it's not take a short period amount of time for them to push out of this area. We see hundreds and hundreds of days. This is on the weekly time frame where we're sitting in these areas of the bottom, right? You're supposed to accumulate these altcoins in this area, and you're supposed to sell them when we're in this green area that you see right here. This is how you guys can make a considerable amount of gains. And we do have higher lows, so we could see this potentially be a higher low on this trend line that we see here. But I would start dollar cost averaging into altcoins and get your portfolios ready when we do enter this oversold on the RSI and the EMA zone. Now that we have a plan, now that we have a great time to be accumulating these coins and getting ready for next bull market, you guys will be very, very successful. But we need to cover the basics of research. For every single coin, you need to be looking at these following things that I am going to be going over. If you want to get this indicator, it's RSI plus EMA Crypto Crown on TradingView. The first thing you have to do, and what I do when I'm looking into a project, you have to look into the venture capitalist. Who are venture capitalists? This is extremely important. Listen up if you want to make an insane amount of money off these altcoins, which should be all of you. You need to look into who is the early investors in these projects, right? Donkey, right? Turd coins, whatever they might be. You have to understand that they have these early investors that get into these coins. And you can tell by their past investments, their past portfolio, if they're good or if they're not. And we sorted them out. Retta did in the Discord. If you guys want to join the Discord, there'll be a link in the description. If you want to find great projects, always welcome to come there, completely free. You guys don't need to buy anything. But he made a list. He researched into every single VC and he put them into top, mid, and low tiers. The top tiers that you see on this page, they have successful projects. When they're invested into a project, that is a green check. And these mid to low tiers, they normally dump their projects. They are red flags when investing. Not all projects, right, might dump with the mid and low tiers, but that's just a red flag and it's not going to be a good thing to see on your checklist, okay? I'm going to scroll down a little bit more so you guys can see, right? Here's the low tiers. Watch out for these donkey, right? So make sure to understand that this is one of the first things that you need to look into to see if your altcoin will perform or not. We have to get into a bad company first, and then I will show you what a good company looks like. I will talk about the good company later on. It's not specifically in this video, but you need to understand these are things you can do to protect your portfolio, to make sure you're successful in the future. You better listen up, Moon Boy. Okay, you better not get wrecked. If you listen up, I promise this will ultimately help you. And if you join the Discord, love the Discord. But so Moonstarter, right? Let's go into Moonstarter. Let's look at their VCs, okay? We'll look into their tokenomics next, which is one of the most important things to look at. Their VCs are not looking so good. Okay, VCs are not looking good here. They're on the low tier list. You can have one high tier or two high tiers in a company, but if you have more mid to low tiers, it does not look good for that. Okay, and you got to look at the tokenomics next, which we'll get into, but make sure to understand the more high tiers, the better a company looks, the better this token will look. But that's the first thing we check off. So we're like, okay, not the best VCs. We're going to go up into the tokenomics. Click the docs and let's go down. It's an IDO chain, whatever you want to talk about, blah, 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 blah. Right. So let's look at the tokenomics. Forget everything else, right? Forget the use case. We'll go into that next. But let's look into the token metrics first, because if it has a good use case, right, it could still be bad token metrics and you could get dumped on. So if you look at this, right, look at the seed. Okay, we have pricing at 0.08 is what these people are getting. Private A, private B, they're getting a very, very nice discount on these tokens, right? So we see that the private sales are getting a lot. This means these VCs, the ones that we saw on right here, the ones that we saw here, they're getting these prices, okay? And how many of these tokens are they getting at these prices? They're getting over half. As you guys can see, 17.5%, 16.7% are getting it at these prices, and this 15.6% as well. So they're getting these tokens at these cheap prices. And if you buy into this project, right, they're already up 5x, 10x, 100x, whatever it might be when they release it on an exchange. And you want to know what happens? This is how they scam you. This is a scam, guys. This token metrics, this tokenomics that you guys do not look into, you're getting scammed. You're getting played, right? Look into the seed, look into the private A and B, look into how much is going around to these private sales. These VCs will dump on you. They do not care about your feelings. They only care about your portfolio and your wallet. So this is Stratos. I don't want you guys to FOMO into this. We will talk about this more, but this is a good example of a good token that has allocation, okay? We talked about how Moonstarter, they have over 60% of their tokens, right? On this sort of private sale system. And if you look at the vesting period, okay, what's the vesting period? This is when they get to unlock their tokens. All of these private sale tokens, within 1 month, they start getting to unlock their tokens. What happens when they get their tokens unlocked? They sell them. All right. Stratos has a 9-month period, which is a lot better. And their private sales, 4.5, 9.5, looking a lot better. 6% on the seed sale. This is looking a lot better. And they have better venture capitalists, okay? They have a higher tier venture capitalist. That is looking like a better ratio. But that is the second thing that you guys need to look into. We went over a good example, and then we went over a bad turd coin. Covalent, all right? This is what we're going to be talking about. Don't FOMO into this, okay? You have to understand that you're going to be buying this, or you may not be buying this, because you could research into other coins after this video and find great projects. We'll go over a lot of other coins, okay? This is just the first one. Keep it on your radar. I'm going to show you an example of something that has good VCs and why, okay? This came out early, right? This came out 6 days ago, but people are going to lose interest in this in the bear market, right? When people lose interest in a coin that has good VCs, good backing, you got to understand when the hype does come back around, people will buy and buy and buy on top of you, because let's go to their website. Covalent has early backers by Binance, Coinbase, and they have a lot of other high tiers in here. Alameda Research. They have really well put together VCs. What does this mean? Okay. Well, Binance and Coinbase, they're going to get listed on them in the future. They definitely will. If you're partnered with them, you get listed on Binance and Coinbase. What will that do to the price? You guys already know what that will do to the price, right? So this is a great token from a VC perspective. If you see Binance and Coinbase and they're not already listed, that is a great sign. Their tokenomics are all right. Yes, they only have 5% released, but you want to know what? When they get listed on Coinbase or when they get listed on Binance, in a bull market, right? You're still waiting for lower prices with this project. We're still waiting for us to get to that level that we talked about. You will see the price get pumped up, because that's what happens when Binance and Coinbase market the heck out of these coins. They have over 2 million followers, each of them on Twitter. They tweet that they're listing a coin, boom, it goes to the moon. But we're going to get into the solutions part of this project. How can it be scalable, right? What are the solutions and what should you be looking for? So we did our checklist, okay? We have a checklist. VCs, tokenomics, right? Now we're on scalability and clients. What does Covalent offer to the table? Do they have a finished product? right? Why would Coinbase or Binance, why would they invest in something that doesn't have a finished product? I mean, they could, but did they, right? How do you guys check that? So they're one undefined API, 1 billion possibilities, okay? They are going to be able to send API systems and have these done through already over 100 different types of clients. So they have scalability, they have clients, okay? We see all of these people are their clients. Guys, look at, they have CoinGecko, they have Matic, they have all of these large projects. So they do have clients, right? And they do have scalability. They're going to continue to grow and grow and grow as these projects grow. But in a bear market, they're going to go down, down, and down and down as these projects are shrinking. But you have to understand as well, right? This is an example of something that's great. Okay, it checks off VCs, tokenomics, scalability, and clients. They have a product as well, a finished product. A lot of these projects, if they don't have a finished product, how are they going to make money, guys? You have to look into that, right? If they don't have a finished product, how are they going to make money? Okay, when have they been building as a team? How long have they been out? This has been working on this Covalent project since 2017. To put that into perspective, that's 4 years, guys. They've survived a bear market and now they're out. Okay. But one of the last things I want to leave on your mind, okay? We went through the checklist, is look at these yield farming projects, right? Yield farming. They have no use case, guys. This happens in a bull market. They come out, they're idiotic. You should just stake your tokens. You don't need to yield farm. Be careful about those. Be careful about projects that don't have good VCs. They don't have products out. They have no backing because they will not survive. And you want to be invested into coins that will survive and that will pump. And this is a great example of one. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. We're going to be doing this tutorial, these episodes a lot. So make sure to stay tuned. It's going to be a lot of fun during the bear market. I can guarantee you that.